Now these guys get about to be 18 feet long and weigh up to 500 pounds. They have one of the strongest jaws of any animal with a bite force of 2,000 pounds per square inch. And that means they can easily crush through bone. Now you can see them laying down with their mouths wide open. That's actually how they help to keep cool and regulate body temperature. That's because reptiles don't sweat like us mammals do. So by keeping that mouth open, they do release excess body heat. But now we're going to transition into one of the largest and most iconic ecosystems in Africa. That's going to be the savanna and the Serengeti grasslands. Now, since this is one of the largest ecosystems, it does have a rich amount of biodiversity. And that's a very big, scary word I learned in college, so you don't have to. And that just means all the different kinds of life that call this place home. And that will include everything you'll see from the grasses, the trees, the tiniest termite to the tallest giraffe. Now I already see some giraffes a little bit farther up ahead. Now a group of giraffes is called a tower because they do tend to tower over things. Now each different type or subspecies of giraffe will have a unique marking or pattern on their coat. These on the reserve are Maasai giraffes. That's because their spots are very jagged and sharp. So it kind of reminds me of puzzle pieces or like a leaf that a hungry caterpillar got a hold of. Now I also see some giraffe calves or giraffe babies. Now when giraffes are born, they are surprisingly small. They're about 6 feet tall. And when they are fully grown, they can reach anywhere from 16 to 20 feet. So they do get about as tall as a Nile crocodile is long. Now I also see some white-bearded wildebeest up ahead as well, but I'm actually going to swing us around in just a second to get a better look at them, because I do want to take a quick peek over these hedges on the left-hand side, because the warden mentioned something about seeing some predatory animals, and I want to see for myself just what kind of animals might be roaming around. Alright, so let's see, laying down right beside this log is a pack of African painted dogs. Now they get their name because their coats are like a finger painting, but they act more like a fingerprint. That's because no two dogs ever look quite the same, so it's pretty easy to tell them apart. Now these African painted dogs are the most successful hunter. They're more successful than lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas. That's because they have amazing stamina and can chase their prey for miles until it falls over from being too tired. Now unlike hyenas, they are actually cousins of the dog you have at home, but there is a small difference. Your dog has 5 toes and those guys only have 4. Over on the left-hand side, these big brown antelope, those are sable antelope, or as we call them, sables. Now, if they look familiar to us, because they are indeed the icon for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. They are very territorial and protective of their herd. Now, these smaller antelopes right here, those are Patterson's eland. Including the newest addition, it's a 4-month-old baby. He's in the middle. I know he's not really small, but he's small for his size. Now, female elands like these two, they are about 1,000 pounds. And when that little calf gets to be big and strong, he will be as big, if not bigger, than his dad, who is 2,000 pounds. And over on the right-hand side is a really good look at those white-bearded wildebeest. Now, they are the most numerous animal out here. A single herd can range anywhere from 100 to 1.5 million members. So a group of them is called an implausible because it can be implausible to count them all. Now they also go by one more name, that is new, GNU. That's after the sound they make. It's a low grunting sound, kind of like a deep moo. Now we might be able to see a giraffe tongue right over here. Oh, there we go. Now giraffe tongues are very long. They can be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 feet long. Now they're also prehensile. That means they can wrap around branches and strip off the leaves. They're also going to be that blackish purple in color. That's going to prevent sunburn since they are browsing up in the trees most of the time. Now even though giraffes have really long necks, they only have 7 neck bones. And that's the same number that we have in our necks. Theirs are just a little bit larger. Here we can really see those spots. Really good. Now we're going to start to head on over to these open grasslands over here.